Hey dudes, F.i.M.S Presents Rc on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Hard bodies arrived from rcMart. 6 days from ordering to getting to my door. Now, I sent something last week by my Hermes. It took about 8 days to get to Manchester. So I know they're using airmail, so top marks there, lads. Well done, good service, great service, couldn't complain at all. The price, fantastic, $130, works out to roughly 100 English sterling. On jscale.com, on a few other websites in Jura, they're reselling the same bodies for 170 euros plus your shipping. So great price, fantastic service. If you want hard body, get yourself down to rcMart, get on the website, go and have a look through rcMart. They've got quite a selection on there. This is destined for the TRX4 Sport. So the body's a 313mm wheelbase, so SCX10 RC four-wheel drive TF2 sort of wheelbase, same as the TRX4 Sport, which is a 312mm wheelbase. Looking forward to this. Thanks for watching. We're going to unbox it, and we're also going to have a quick size up to see if it'll sort of fit up to a TRX4 without too many modifications. Now, I know Outlaw on MS UK, big shout out dude, love your hat. He's seeking a crawler at the moment. He's a bit unsure what kind of rig to buy. And I did suggest to him that he should buy the rig and then wait a month or so, like, you know, we all usually do. You buy a rig, use it for a month or so, and then you end up buying a hard body because you bored of the Lexan body, or you've probably trashed it like me and mine. I think you should go about it a different way. I think you should seek a hard body and then seek a crawler to match, because he seems to be very interested in which hard body it is. So my advice to you, Outlaw, is find the perfect body, buy a chassis and rig to match. There's a plethora of rigs out there these days, not the same as 5 years ago. The scale scene has just rocketed in the RC world, and there's a lot of choice out there now. The bodies they're catching up. They're still on the snowball effect at the moment, but I plumped for the G-Wagon, so the G-Class, 110 scale, 312mm wheelbase, 313 wheelbase as I said. Let's get on unboxing it and I'll stop waffling crap at it. JGRC, this is actually branded as Xtra Speed as well, or Team Raffi. You'll have seen Team Raffi. JS Scale sell the same bodies, Endura, they're all rebranded basically. All hard body, ABS. That is a big box. What have we got? Cruiser Defender pickup. I don't think it's licensed, because obviously it would have said the G-Class, but it clearly is a G-Class replica. So fair play to them for that. All your instructions there, assembly, exploded diagrams. Oh, fantastic. Right, what else have we got? Little scale bits there, looks like a bunch of magnets. They even give you a little screwdriver in there. You got some of your decals, depending on what flavour you want, V8, V12. What else have they got in there? Scale screws, a couple of other bits and bats, very nice. I'll take this stuff out from the back first, so we can, so I don't unbalance the box. Looks like the back door, that. Inside and outside of the back door. Oh, window trims. Some window trims in there. Front grille. Now I have already had a quick sneaky peek at this stuff. That's why some of the stuff is broken off the trees. But seats, front grille, back bumper, front bumper, windshield mount, rear doors, door cards, door card inserts. You can obviously paint these different colours, so when they sit in the door like this, that's a different colour. You can colour code that to your body. Fantastic. scale dashboard. Now, if you've seen a lot of my videos, you'll know that on my crawlers I like to put scale steering in these. So I will mount a little servo at the back here, little micro servo. You don't need much, 9 gram servo will do. The little blue ones off eBay, super cheap. Cut 2 tabs off, make a mount, epoxy it too. Then obviously you've got your servo coming out the top, put your steering wheel on top, put a Y lead to your steering servo that's sat on your axle or your chassis, and when you turn, the wheel turns with it. Obviously when you've got a little model in there and he's gripping on the steering wheel, it looks great in scale videos because as he steers, the wheels turn. So live steering, that's what I want to add to that. More windows, obviously not touched them yet. Front doors, door card inserts, wheel arches, our front seats, and you've got your floor pan. Obviously the base of the seats are built in there as well, which makes it a little easier being one piece. Now I'm not too sure whether I'll have to modify some of this to fit the TRX4 shock towers at the top. Unsure on that at the moment. I'm imagining because it's an aftermarket hard body, there will be some modification required. You can't just go, unless you're pairing an RC 4-wheel drive TF2 body with an RC 4-wheel drive TF2, for example, then if you're buying an aftermarket body and putting it on your rig, there may be some modification required, so do bear that in mind. Always handy to have a Dremel, I find. What have we got in here? Let me move all this stuff so you can see. Have a look at that now. What have we got in here? Oh, door trims, door mouldings. So obviously they're your mouldings, your rub strips that go down the side of your doors. Bonnet. Nice bonnet, got the louvres in there. I might end up cutting those through, I don't know. It's a very detailed, this body, so I'm not so sure whether my Dremel, I've got a big Dremel, you see, I've not got the tiny one, I've got a big Dremel, so may just leave them closed. You've got other scale accessories here, so these are your side steps. Oh, your grills for your wing mount grills, wing mirrors, and within there as well is the indicators, I think, for the bonnet. Scale wheel cover for the back. May leave that off, not so sure yet. We'll see what look we end up going for. I usually end up going for a crisp, clean look, and then it gets filthy anyway, so I'm not as fussed. And finally, you've got the body itself. Now, as you'll notice, it is fairly narrow. I'd say about 210, haven't measured it yet, but I'd say about 210-ish, 200. It's akin to a lot of the bodies out there. If you go and see the LC70 body, that's 197 wide. The arches add a little to that, but I think that is a little shorter than this. I think this comes in at about 530mm in total length, so I think it is a little longer. Obviously, we will be putting on our scale arches as well. Is that the front or the back? This is going to add quite a lot of track, so I'll almost fully cover my track, hopefully, when I'm done. to give a more scale look. I don't want the wheels sat out. It's not an open wheel monster truck. It's supposed to be a scale of this. Like I said, it is for the TRX4 Sport. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab the TRX4 Sport chassis and I'm just going to see how it sits on for a first view. Here's the TRX4 Sport. Covered in tie wraps at the moment, got the camera jib on the back, don't mind that. Obviously bumpers will be lost, so I'm just basically checking my wheelbase. I want to know that my wheelbase is going to be okay as stock. I need to know now whether I need to order any parts to alter the wheelbase. You can alter the wheelbase on these TRX4 Sports, as I'm sure you all know now. The TRX4 comes as standard flavour as a 4mm wheelbase. The TRX4 Sport comes as a standard 312mm wheelbase, so 313, so your SCX 10 size. It was funny because Outlaw was saying that he didn't know that. So as it comes from the factory, they do have different wheelbase, the TRX4 to the TRX4 Sport. What you can do is you can buy a kit and that can change. You can go up in increments. You can go down an increment, I think, to 300. You can go up to 326 and then up again to 334 to fit the bigger bodies, the actual TRX4 body. So I think when the TRX4 body, the D110 Defender pickup, the maroon one that we've all seen, or the good metal grey, when they're on, the rig's actually roughly about a 1/9 scale in length. Wheelbase not much bigger than a 110 really, but in length with the body on it will be a full 1/9. Well, it would have entered the 1/9 scale by that time. I mean, looking at this, looking at the side, I think we're going to be okay really. Obviously these floor pans might need trimming, they might not. May have to resight this. No, it'll go over it. But I will have to resight the ESC. So I'm going to keep the receiver box probably where it is and resight the ESC. So instead of sitting like this, it will sit like this on the chassis. Not a big deal. It's 2 bolts. I'm more bothered about this. I'm more bothered about the battery tray. I'm more bothered about the shock towers at the back. I know these stick up quite a lot, and I have seen in the past on other videos where I saw one where a fellow had to Dremel out the back bed of a LC70 body from Killer Body RC, and he did that because of the shock towers at the back. It wasn't sitting flat. So I will have to see whether the floor pan, let me just get that, I have to see whether this floor pan sits right down. I can tell right now off the bat that that floor pan is going to need some Dremel work. I'm not so sure whether to cut out, because obviously with the LC70 you've got an open bed at the back. Didn't really like the fact that that fella had cut out a hole. He did a good job of it, but it's still a whacking great hole where your bed is. You can put a lipo box over it, a scale toolkit I suppose. So there's ways and means around it, but for me personally, obviously all this will pretty much be covered. You will be able to see inside, but I've not got an open rear bed, so I wouldn't have many qualms about cutting a section of rear boot space, if you will, or the trunk if you're a maker. Cut out your trunk with a Dremel so I can plot that on, and then we'll go from there. After that, after I've made way for the shock towers, I'll have to look at this battery tray and see what I can do to maybe alter that or lower it. I know quite a few of you, I've seen quite a few of you do the step mod, where they get a little piece of paper and they cut it out of plate afterwards, out of aluminium plate, steel plate, and it goes down in a step series like that, and it lowers the battery down, if you will. It must sit about sort of this level, and it goes down on an angle because there is space to go down there. You can gain a couple more centimeters down that way just by doing a different battery. tray, so I'm gonna do that probably before I start with this. Get the rig sorted first with the lower battery tray, and then I know where I'm at. Looking forward to building this. Keep watching, because I'm going to do a full build series on this. I'm going to be showing painting and painting tips. I've done a wealth of hard bodies now. I must have done, I don't know, upwards of sort of 15 bodies in total during the last couple of years. Different various hard bodies and stuff. They've all needed painting at some point, so I'll be showing that. I'll be showing some RC painting tips, how you can get your spray right and stuff like that. So yeah, tune in next time and we'll start putting this baby together. Thanks for watching, guys, appreciate that. One last thing I will say, obviously if you want one of these, head over to rcMart. I don't see why you would go anywhere else. I was going to get one from JS Scale. They're almost twice the price for shipping, and it's the same thing. So 6 days to my door from ordering, not a problem. Fantastic. rcMart for the win. Thanks, guys.